Welcome back to the channel. My name is Mosh and I like to build spaceships. Today we have the Swordfish 2 from Cowboy Bebop. Stay tuned for Phase Red Tail in a couple days. Remember to follow me on Instagram. I post screenshots of all my builds and I also stream my builds on Twitch. So make sure you follow me on both of those. Look, it's Mosh. So if you guys like my builds and like my videos, make sure you guys leave a like and drop a sub. It's free, it's easy, and it really helps me out. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam. Welcome back. Today we have the Swordfish 2 from Cowboy Bebop. You guys really like this one. I really like this one. It's the first of many in the series. I have Phase Red Tail, Jet's Hammerhead, and the Bebop coming, so stay tuned for those. I'm very excited. This is one of my favorite animes of all time, so glad I get to bring you all these. Alright, so for this, I'm not going to build it by layer. I'm going to build this one by section, so you guys can get a feel for the interior, what parts are glitched. It's not a lot of glitching, it's mostly just the wings, which is a pretty nifty little trick I'm excited to show y'all. So let's just go ahead and get to this. This is a lot of Deimos pieces, a lot of Hope Tech pieces, a couple Nova Cowlings, Stroud Bridge as well. I'm not a fan really of the cockpit, but nothing else really works the way that I want to and still looks good, so we're going to use this bridge, mostly because it has a downward entrance. So we got the stats here. B class again. This thing hits hard, goes fast. We also have Ein with us today. He's just going to be chilling. Alright, we're going to start here with all of our hobs. So we're going to start with our Tayo landing bay. We're going to bring in our Hope Tech companionway. Again, we're gonna bring in our slim docker. I promise you guys, I swear, on the Red Tail, on Phase Red Tail, I used a different docker. I did not use the slim docker. We've swapped it out. Next build, no slim docker. Landing bay, companionway, slim docker on the bottom, companionway on top. Then we're gonna do a 2x1. I'm just using an all-in-one berth for this. You can use workshop, kind of whatever you want. On the back end of it, we're gonna do one more companionway. And then we're gonna do our Kontiki B400 Stroud Eklund bridge right on top, like so. Alright, and so we're done. This is the Swordfish. See you guys later. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so this is just our internal parts here. This is going to be the ship. So now that we have our skeleton done, we can kind of add on the rest of our aesthetic pieces. So we have a Tayo cowling, aft bottom here. I'm going to throw that right underneath. Alright, now we can go ahead and build the nose section here. We can start with the bottom. This is going to be all Nova cowlings. We'll do a Nova cowling. This is the mid. Upside down. We're just going to attach it right to the front of the 2x1. In front of that, Nova cowling flipped up. So next we have 2 more mids and 1 more nose. And we also have our shield. Again, we're going to use the Warden. The shield you can put here or here. Doesn't really matter. We'll just go ahead and pop it here. We're going to put 1 mid here. We'll put our nose on. And then we can just flip glitch the last mid. Tab it in, that's our nose. Now we can go ahead and do the gun. So the gun is going to be 3 Hope Tech pipes put together and capped off with a Nova weapon mount. Pretty easy. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, and a Nova mount. So we'll go ahead and drag that over. And so now our landing bay kind of blends in with that area of the gun. Okay, we'll go ahead and get our landing gear ready, but we're not going to put it on quite yet. These are the Hope 55s. This kind of bulks up the bottom a little bit more than what you would see down here. It's kind of got more of a ball shape to it, but little aesthetic change. So I'm going to leave the wings for last. We're going to go ahead and finish up the engine. Okay, so we're going to start with the part that comes out of the cockpit and extends back towards the engine. So this is kind of wonky. We're going to do this in a certain order. So we're going to start with the Deimos hull right behind the companionway here. Then we're going to attach the Hope Tech pipes aft, so the connection point is facing forward. Then we're going to bring in our Nova cowling and flip glitch it. Flip, flip, drop it down. Now we're gonna bring aside our hull. We're gonna bring a Deimos tail. We're gonna drop it down to the 2x1 here. Then we're gonna duplicate it. Drop it in there. Get rid of the bottom one. Same thing with the hull. We're gonna put it on the 2x1. Duplicate it. Duplicate again. Don't move the mouse. Get rid of the bottom two and this extra guy. So now we're going to put our grav drive and our reactor underneath this hull. Again, I'm using the 104DS mag inertial reactor, 39 power generated, and the RD3000 beta grav drive, 36 jump thrust. And this one does not have connection points on the front or back. So we'll put this one in first, the grav drive with the no connection points, and that'll leave us a free one in the back of this 2x1. So what we'll do is we'll bring our reactor underneath, duplicate again, get rid of the bottom two. So now we have our reactor and our grav drive tucked right in there. So for the next part of the engine here, you're going to need 2 Hope Tech Hob spines. You can start with one because we'll just duplicate it. We'll bring it down to the back of the reactor in the grav drive. We'll duplicate it up. We'll get rid of the very bottom one. So now we can bring over our engines. I'm using the Nova 1050s. We're going to use 2. Now the Swordfish only has 1 engine. So what we're going to do here is we'll attach these to both sides. Then while they're in place, we're going to click them so they're green. We're just going to flip it, press E. Same thing on the other one. Don't move it, flip it, press E. And now all of that is one piece. So it's all the thrusters are going to exit out right here in the middle. Looks pretty nice. Nice little trick. I used the same engine on Phased Redtail as well. I tried to keep these builds kind of similar in style and things that I used. So next we can add our fuel tanks. I'm doing the M40 Ulysses again. We'll just throw one on each side of the engines. And with the hob spines in there, it allows us connection points on the top and bottom. And right in the thrusters if you need, but wouldn't recommend that. On this one, we are going to top it off with a Deimos Spine F. Again, this is the one with the little slant in it that lets you attach on the top. So we're going to bring our Spine F over here, flip, flip, drop it down. We're going to cap it off with the Deimos Spine D facing forward, right on top, and underneath we'll use the Deimos Skeg A facing forward. Just attach it right on the bottom of the engines. Okay, so now on to the wings. I'm excited to show you guys this trick. It's a very useful trick. Our main star of the show here is going to be the Deimos Bracer A. Kind of similar, the hob spine works in a similar way. It's kind of how we did the engines here. But what's neat so if you put them on there like normal, all one piece, you can do the same thing we did to the engines. So grab them, flip, drop it, grab, flip, drop it. Neat, right? It's not one piece. That's the issue. However, if you do flip it like so, and then if you place anything on this connection point, it will lock it in place. So for example, if we take another wing, throw it on there, it's going to lock that side. If we put something on the other side, this is all now one piece. Pretty nifty. So in order to get the wings on there, it's going to be a little tricky. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull off our 2x1 hob. So now that we have our 2x1, this is the middle of our ship. We're just going to set it right here. So we're going to do what I just showed you guys here. Gonna bring our bracer, flip, bam, flip, bam. So again, this is not connected, it's just in place. So we'll go ahead and do that again. Flip, drop, flip, drop. So we're going to cap it with a hob spine, a Hoptech hob spine. And so what we'll do is we will place it on one of these, and you'll see it'll connect to this one, but not this one. So we'll highlight that, drag it and connect to the other panel. So now it'll connect everything but this end piece. Again, double click, select all, drag with. We're going to put it on the frontmost door of this hob, this door. So now all of that is one piece. And so same thing with the hob here. If we bring our Deimos Wing A, we can attach it to the outside, flip it to the inside, but you'll see it does not connect. So what we'll do is we're just going to cap it with a little Nova thruster array, and that'll lock it in. So now all of this is one piece. Again, the vertical fins are just going to be Deimos F spines. I'm going to stack 2 on the bottom, 2 on the top, and they're just going to go right on the top and bottom of the hob spine. So that's our wing. So we'll go ahead and bring this over here for our second wing, and we're just going to do the same thing. So we're just going to make our 2 little panels, Deimos Bracer A, Deimos Wing B, flip, drop, Deimos Wing B, flip, drop. Again, not connected, leave it here. We'll just do that one more time. Bracer A, Wing B, flip, drop. Bracer A, Wing B, flip, drop. Leave it here. So we'll cap one of them on the right side with a hob spine, double click, drag it by the piece that's not connected. Double click, drag it by the piece that's not connected. Again, the frontmost door of the 2x1, same as the other wing. So now this is all one piece. Bring our Deimos Wing A, flip, drop, lock it in place with a little Nova thruster. Vertical fins, 2 F spines, 2 on top, 2 on bottom. So that's our wings. So now double click, bring this whole contraption like so. Now for our landing gear, we're going to drop both of them down on the bottommost companionway. Then we'll go ahead and just duplicate and drop, get rid of the bottom one, duplicate, drop, get rid of the bottom one. And then for our weapons, pretty simple here. We're going to throw our auto Helion beams, 2 of them, on the insides of the Nova weapon mount. So 1 and 2 right on the insides. Then we have a third auto Helion beam that we're going to attach right under the nose. So we're going to remove the middle pipe. We'll just go ahead and attach it right on the bottom of the nose. Bring in our pipe, switch variant, switch back, tab it into place. So now we have another gun hidden here that's going to fire along with these 2 right down the barrel. And then last we have 2 Horizon weapon mounts with the Exterminator Helion beam on top and the Adlati 280B missile launchers on the bottom. These little clusters are going to go on each side of the landing bay. So we'll just drag one here and drag one to the other side. And that's Spike Spiegel's Swordfish 2 from Cowboy Bebop. I hope you guys like this one. I'm excited for the red tail. It was a very fun build, very challenging build. I think you guys are going to like it. Should be coming out a little bit later this week. I also have another jet fighter coming out and the P-51 Mustang tutorial will be out later this weekend as well. Stay tuned for those. A couple more fan submissions at the end here. Stick around for that. I'm going to finish out the crew. Going to do Jets, Hammerhead, and the Bebop as well. Got a little combat footage as well, so stick around for that. Check that out. Again, submit any of the builds you've made using any of my tutorials. Look at Smosh on every social media. And please guys, if you enjoy this or any of my other builds, like and subscribe. It's free, helps me out a ton, and I promise to keep bringing you guys these builds. See ya, Space Cowboy. So this week we have two builds from user Codith710. First off, he's done an A10 Warthog. This thing looks sick. And he also did a fighter that took a little inspiration from the Harrier. This thing looks pretty gnarly as well. If you guys use my tutorials, send me some screenshots. I'll feature them in the next video. My links are all to the right. You can send anything on any of those platforms. Until next time.